Madness at the Darkmoon Faire is here. You've all opened up our packs, and now we're wondering what decks are we going to build, and more importantly, what cards are we going to craft? This video is a collection planning video to help you get the most out of the cards that you open, the most out of the dust that you're going to have, so you can build a good collection long term. If you have a collection, you're probably wondering, what am I going to build, and what am I going to dust, and what am I going to craft? So this can become a very problematic thing for players, where you end up dusting things that you don't think you're going to need, or stuff that you don't think is good, and then it ends up being good later, or you end up wanting it back. The best way to get around this problem is collection planning. Saving most of your cards, honestly, dusting only certain cards, and planning to build certain decks or crafting certain legendaries and epics that you are going to use a lot. So I'm going to help you guys figure out how to do that for your collection today I'm going to be just going through my own pulls and kind of doing my own planning, and you can use that as a guide, and you can use that thought process and that method to help you plan your collection for this expansion. I would highly recommend crafting these three, and maybe even Cthulhu as well. All four of these cards are going to be used in a number of decks. Right now, Yogg seems to be the one that is in the most decks. Neutral legendaries are always the best to craft because they are applicable in a number of decks. Yogg is being used as a finisher in a number of decks. It's a nice, powerful card that can be used in decks that play a ton of spells anyway. You can just throw it in. I pulled all three of these, and I don't know if I really need Cthulhu that bad. So obviously my collection planning is going to be skewed a little bit. If I didn't, I would probably be crafting at least Yogg immediately. So I went and took all the stuff that I was interested in building, and I put it here in a spreadsheet. Because we have all the rares and commons. So now we need to decide what epics and legendaries we want to craft. So we have Hammer of the Naru, which is one that I did not pull any of. That's going to be pretty good in the Zoth Paladin. Guess the Weight and Cenarian Ward. Those are two Druid ones. Occult Conjurer in Mage is the secret one. That seems like a pretty cool thing. How did I get to these? How did I decide? Well, I just kind of went through and I looked at the ones that I thought were going to be really, really good. Which ones are good? Cenarian Ward seems really good. Occult Conjurer seems like it's going to be a staple in Secret Mage. I kind of want that. Hammer of the Naru, it seems like it's going to be a staple. Idol of Yashar and Blood of Gahun seem pretty cool. I just kind of went through and I looked at the ones that I thought were going to be good first. Just my own take before I went and looked at any decks or anything. I took those and I added them all to the list. Then I went and did the same thing with Legendary. I just looked at all the Legendaries. So this is my list of cards that I thought were good. So once you do that, you compile a list of what you might want to craft. Then you want to go and take a look at some decks, just so you can get an idea of what other people are playing. And we want to just look at stuff that we're interested in. Enhancement Aggro Shaman. That seems like something that I actually want to play. I played Enhancement Shaman on World of Warcraft. So it's going to need Inara Storm Crash. Okay, this is cool. This is like lower priority, but I might do it. So we're going to go through this and we're going to look at all the decks that we potentially want to build. And then we're also going to go through and build some decks of our own. And from there, you will start to see a pattern emerge of different cards that are popping up across different decks. Whether it's like, let's take a look at this Revolve Shaman here. Okay, this one plays in Nara too. So if I craft this, I'm opening myself up access to another potential Shaman deck. So you just keep looking through the decks and find the cards, find the decks that you're interested in, build some decks of your own, and figure out what cards you're going to be missing. And then you can start to get an idea of what you want to craft. Then you can make yourself a priority list. I set it out like this so I could put my priority cards in order. But I know that if I craft Cenarian Ward, that pretty much opens up a deck to me. So I think that's pretty high up on my list. If I build that, I can finish a deck. If I craft Lithraxian, I can basically at least add it to certain Paladin decks. And Hammer of the Naru seems like another pretty good, I don't know why I keep clicking up there, another pretty good card to craft. Then look, I really want to play Shaman because it looks like it might finally be good again. So now I can go here and put Shaman. As you can see, now when I look at this, I can kind of see like a path. You know, you can make just a typical list, but this kind of puts it under each class. So you can start to get an idea of what you're going to craft next. This is how I go about figuring out what cards I want to craft. And then you can also do this with cards from old expansions. You can do this for wild cards as well. And then you can just add it to your list, and now you have an idea of what you want to craft when. So this is collection planning in a nutshell. This allows you to make better decisions with your crafts. This allows you to prioritize what cards to craft and which cards to dust. So I hope you guys found this video helpful today, and I hope if you guys have any questions relating to your specific collection, hit me up in the comment section or send me a message and I'll be glad to help you out. So thanks so much for watching this video today. If you like this video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. I do lots of Hearthstone content. I do World of Warcraft content. You can follow me over on Twitch at SirLexLaw. Link will be in the description. And I stream Hearthstone and World of Warcraft quite often. Excited here for the Darkmoon Faire expansion and excited for the Shadowlands. So if you guys like that kind of content, please subscribe and follow me on Twitch. And I will see you next time.